But you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back got disappear.
Thank you guys. I think you guys all know me. I'm Kelly. I work in Mount Pleasant with our different health departments. And I'm really excited to have this webinar tonight and have a special guest speaker for you guys. So I'm going to introduce and turn it over to Logan Anderson.
Hi there. So how's it going, everyone? My name is Logan. I actually live in Iowa, so climate's, still pretty bad as you guys, we still get some pretty bad winters, but I live a little bit further away from you. So one of the main things that I like to do in my job, I actually own a health and wellness company called All Strong Fitness, where I teach individuals with special needs about different health and wellness topics to hopefully improve their health, independence, and quality of life. One of the really cool opportunities I've done is actually with Special Olympics Iowa, in providing them some of these virtual webinars, helping teach the athletes different things, and then giving them a chance to also ask me some questions to help navigate their sporting, events and maybe just their general health questions. So there'll be lots of time throughout this, talk where you can ask me questions. If you think of something throughout the little program, feel free to write it in the chat box below. But yeah, so kind of a little bit of background about me. I graduated from the University of Iowa with a degree in exercise science. During this time, I worked with individuals in their homes as a caregiver and just realized that they didn't really know much about how to improve their health independently. They didn't really know those first stepping stones of where to start and who to ask. So that was kind of the main reason I started my company, and doing these health talks are something I really enjoy doing. Today, we're going to talk about goal setting. And goal setting is something that is super important for a lot of different aspects of life. Who has ever set a goal in their life? Maybe not even in sports, just in life, right? Yeah, I set them all the time. They're a super big part of my life, actually. For me, there's a lot of different reasons that we set goals. Does anyone have any ideas of why maybe they set goals for themselves, or potentially why you might want to set a goal? Anything? Any ideas?
To become healthier and to lose weight. That's one of my goals.
Yeah, absolutely. So having goals themselves keep you kind of focused on a specific aspect, right? For me, this is kind of one of the points I had, is that goals keep you focused. For you, what your goals keep you focused on is losing weight, right? And being healthy. For sure. Absolutely. Good example. What about any other things? Any other reasons why we might keep goals for ourselves?
Same thing what he said, but try to find more healthy outlets at grocery stores.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So another thing that goals help you do is they help focus your actions, and they kind of focus your attention on what really matters, right? So for you, one of the big things that you're trying to do is focus your attention on those little actions, right? That's one of your goals, is to focus on the actions of going to a grocery store and getting those things. So kind of similar, but yeah, for sure. Good ideas. Another thing that I always like to have goals for, to lean onto, is that they help with both long-term and short-term success. When we're moving through our lives, there's so many different things that clutter our day-to-day activities, and kind of our motivation to get things done, whether it's health related or not. So having these goals keep you both working on something short term, but also in the long term, right? So some of those long-term goals might be just generally being healthier, right? In the short term, there's a lot of other goals, smaller goals, I should say, that we can do to help that long-term goal in the future. So absolutely good.
Keeps you accountable for yourself.
Yeah, accountability, 100%. 100%. Because at the end of the day, you think about setting these health goals for yourself. Who really cares about those goals other than you? In the grand scheme of things, there's not many others that want us to be healthy or really, really care for us to be healthy. So having that accountability of the goal, even if it's something small, really, really helps to keep it in your life, right? So for sure. One of the last things that I think goals are super, super helpful for is that they remind you of where you started. How many times when we first maybe started Special Olympics, maybe we started a workout program or started trying to eat healthier, we start from kind of that first ground zero of maybe not knowing what to do at all. From there, you learn a lot of different things. Maybe you learn how to be a better teammate. Maybe you learn how to make some healthier choices at the grocery store. But in that time, you kind of forget how much progress you've truly made for yourself. Because of this, we can often get undetermined, we don't appreciate how far we've come, right? So if we don't look back at where we started as that person who couldn't make very independent decisions for themselves, didn't really know where to start, but now you're somebody who can make goals all the time for yourself and really, really know how to improve your health and wellness. It just keeps you even more motivated to keep up with those short and long-term goals. So yeah, really good ideas, guys. Really good ideas. Does anyone have any questions on just kind of some of the purpose we might set goals for ourselves? And if not, that's totally okay. Again, feel free to, if you do, yeah, go ahead.
To get in shape for sports, in person.
One more time, please.
To get in shape for sports, in person.
Oh, to get safe for doing sports again in person?
Yeah.
So are you in regards to like COVID or just like being physically fit to do sports?
Both.
Yeah, so absolutely. So again, kind of something you're mentioning is that they keep you focused on your specific activities. So for you, what goals you might set for yourself are something that help you to get back to sports safely. So consistently getting out and practicing your sport before you go and do so. Just maybe even getting comfortable with that idea of being around people again. A lot of your goals might have to do with that and be focused around that. So absolutely, good ideas. Okay, so the next part, we're actually going to talk about a couple different types of goals. Did anyone know that there's different types of goals? I guess is the first question. I didn't realize this before I learned it. Anyone know? Yeah. So there's actually a few different types of goals, but I like to split them into two separate goals. The first type of goal is called an outcome goal. And an outcome goal is typically what people think of as a normal goal. It's kind of the big picture. It's usually something that's way, way far ahead in our life. Might be a year, might be 2 years ahead, but it's something way far ahead and something we can't really control that much. And what I mean by that is that we can't really do those outcome goals today. An example of an outcome goal could be something like winning a gold medal at a Special Olympics meet. Maybe another type of outcome goal is wanting to lose 10 pounds. Both of those examples are really good examples of outcome goals because there's something that are way far out. It's going to take a few months to get there, and it's not something that we can do actively today. Does anyone have any examples of outcome goals? Feel free. I think you guys are muted. So if you are muted and want to say something, feel free to open up, and I'd love to hear something way far away.
Well, mine, I don't know if I can share it or flip my camera. So I have a picture right now that's hanging on my kitchen wall. This picture right here, I was going to Planet Fitness and I lost 30 to 40 pounds in this picture, and my goal is to get back to that weight of losing that 30 to 40 pounds that I had lost pre-COVID.
That's a perfect example of an outcome goal. So an outcome goal, as you mentioned, losing weight, that's a very, very common outcome goal. Yours is very specific, losing 30 to 40 pounds that you regain. So although losing 30 to 40 pounds is a really good goal, it's a goal that is way far away. You know, we can't lose 30 to 40 pounds today, right?
No.
And you might be able to, but it'd be very unhealthy. You'd probably feel very sick. It's not something that you could sustain long term, right? So what I usually focus on with people is a different type of goal called a process goal. A process goal helps you actually achieve your outcome goals. So a process goal is mainly focused on little small behaviors that you can do today. These behaviors might seem very, very small to begin with, but over time, with repetition, day after day, you'll actually be able to use them to hopefully reach your outcome goals. So for you, your outcome goal is wanting to lose 30 to 40 pounds. Do you have any ideas of what a good process goal might be? Something that you could do for yourself every day that will help you reach that?
Eating healthier, and I've also cut back off of pop again. So I'm not drinking pop. I'm not putting sweets in my house. I'm not putting junk food. We've been buying healthy groceries. So I've been just doing the little things right now to help push. And then my goal is to get back into the gym.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you mentioned a couple really good things there. So getting back into the gym, that's a behavior that you could do every single day. That's something that you can control. And for you, you can literally, I mean, right now, if you wanted to, you could go do that today. Soda, you mentioned another thing. That's a very, very small behavior that may seem like it's not going to do much overall. But if you consistently cut back on soda every single day, and you consistently go to the gym every single day, or maybe not every day, but you know, you're fairly consistent with it, that's going to help you reach that outcome goal long term. So kind of the main ideas with those process goals is that they're small goals related to your outcome goal, but they're not exactly your outcome goal. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yep.
So we'll talk about this from like, go ahead. If you have any questions or want to add anything, feel free.
Like for me, lose 20 pounds by several times. So I can go back to my bike.
Yeah, absolutely. So for you, losing 5 pounds would kind of be your outcome goal. And a process goal that you could do, you just mentioned it, getting on your bike and doing some exercise every day, right? Or maybe every other day. So for you, you want to try to find little behaviors that can help you reach that 5 pounds. I'm sure you know that eating healthier, eating your fruits and vegetables, that would help you lose some weight. Making sure you're not eating sweets quite as often, that could help you lose some weight. Riding my bike more. Yeah, absolutely. Riding my bike. So riding your bike more to become healthier and to lose weight would be a great example of a process goal, because a process goal, again, is something that you can do every single day. It might seem very, very small, and it might seem very, very trivial, but over time, it's going to help you absolutely reach those outcome goals. Good thoughts, everyone. Do we have any other questions, any other ideas when it comes to the two different types of goals? Perfect. All right, we're going to keep moving on. The next little bit and kind of the last portion of this, we're just going to talk about different ways you can set up a good goal for yourself. And I like to set up goals with the acronym SMART. So SMART. And this is going to stand for a different thing. Each letter is going to stand for a different thing that will help you to make a good goal for yourself. So the beginning of SMART is an S. And for an S part of the SMART goal, we want a specific goal. So S stands for specific. Just saying for yourself that I want to be healthy isn't really a overall specific goal. For you, you want to do something like, I will eat more vegetables to be healthier, right? Just saying something kind of arbitrary, like I want to be healthy or I want to lose weight, isn't very specific. So you can add some numbers to this. You can be specific of how you want to improve your health. Maybe you want to lower your blood pressure. Maybe I want to be healthier by limiting the amount of insulin I take or medication I take. That could be another reason. But trying to get a specific goal so you know exactly what you want to do, right? Any questions on specific goals? Making goals specific? Cool. So the next portion of creating a SMART goal is the M, and the M stands for measurable. I kind of mentioned adding numbers or something that you can track your goals, but making your goal measurable is a very good way to track your progress. So one of the easiest ways to make your goal measurable is to simply add numbers to it. So you could say, I want to eat 2 vegetables every single day. Your 2 vegetables is your way to measure it. If you don't hit the 2 vegetables, you know you haven't hit that goal for the day, right? Another good way, you mentioned losing 30 to 40 pounds, right? The amount of weight, your 30 to 40 pounds, that's the way we're measuring this goal. Measuring it is super important because it gives you, again, that way to track your overall goal and to know if you might need to change your goal a little bit. Because if you're following your goal and maybe it's not going quite as well, you're not losing as much weight, or maybe you've lost a bunch of weight, you know through measuring it if it's doing good or bad, right? So having a measurable way, usually with a number, will help to keep it better for you. Next thing, you want your goal to be attainable. This is the A in SMART. So remember, the SMART is an acronym. So S stands for specific, M is measurable, A is attainable. And attainable basically means that you want the goal to be achievable for you. You can probably think of a lot of different goals for other people. Maybe, you know, we're watching the Olympics right now. There's a lot of people who are doing these crazy flips off mountains. Their goals are going to be a lot different for you. And even me, I know I'm not going to be able to do an attainable goal of snowboarding in the Olympics because I suck at snowboarding. There's no chance. I would wipe out the first time I got onto that hill, right? So making sure that the goal is realistic for your life where you're at and attainable for you will help you stay focused, but also not get frustrated. Making sure that it's kind of along the lines of something you can do will really, really help. So does anyone have any questions on those first 3 parts? Making the goal attainable. Those are all really important. I think making the goal attainable is probably one of the most important ones. If that goal is not attainable for you and you only, it's going to make you very, very frustrated. And you might not stick with it long term. Perfect. Well, we'll keep going. So the next question. Oh, yep. Go ahead. Shoot away.
Not easy to lose weight at all.
You just want to lose weight in general?
No, I'm saying it's not easy to eat healthy or lose weight. Not easy at all.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's one of the big things that you'll learn, especially in society. When you go down the street and look from side to side, you'll probably notice that there's 50 different fast food places with, you know, 2-for-1 McChickens or $1 slushies and all these really delicious things that set it up extremely hard for you in your daily life. Eat healthy snacks. Awesome. Yeah, keep it up for sure. When you go to the grocery store, it's the same thing. It's so hard to be healthy because the grocery store is not set up for you to be healthy. There's all these 2-for-1 specials. The second you walk into a grocery store, what's the first thing you see? Probably cookies, the seasonal. Right now it's probably like Valentine's Day cookies and Valentine's Day candy, right? Yeah. Go ahead and Kate.
Go ahead, Kayla.
One of the things that I started doing is meal prepping. So I have put out, I have recipes that I've found online, and I prep my meal on Sundays. And now I prep all my meals. So I have lunch, breakfast, and my snacks all set. And I freeze most of them and then pull them out of the freezer, stick them in the microwave. And I found that that's been an easy way to do it for me. And I started a 30-day water challenge, and I'm down 15 pounds already by just changing the simple steps of not going out to eat and meal prepping what I do each week.
Yeah, really good example. So what she mentioned is a super good example of a process goal. So for her, one of her process goals, she wanted to kind of switch to eating stuff that she made, right? So she meal prepped. A process goal for her might have been, I will meal prep every day, or I will meal prep for every day, so I will eat out less, right? Eating out less might be the overall outcome goal, but she focused on the behavior of meal prepping every day, which will then, help her eat healthier long term. So really good behavior change. I like that. Meal prepping is super good. Even if you can't meal prep for all your meals, just even doing one meal will usually significantly cut back on a lot of your unhealthy stuff. For me, I usually try to do at least lunch every day, because that's one meal that I'm usually running throughout the day and I don't have time to actually sit down and make something for myself. So definitely, even if you can do one meal, that's a really good idea. Thanks for adding that. All right. So we're going to move on. The next portion of the SMART goal is the R, and the R stands for relevant. We want a goal that's relevant for ourselves, which basically means that it aligns to kind of what you just want overall as a goal. So for example, we'll go back to weight loss. That's an easy one to think of. You wouldn't have a goal about weight loss where you're talking about, let's say, watching TV. Maybe watching TV does have something to do with weight loss, but for the most part, you can watch a little bit of TV every day and that's okay, right? You want your goals to be very, very specific to your weight loss itself. So just making sure that it's relevant. And this is kind of goes back to specific too. You want it to be specific to exactly what you want for your goal, right? The last one is going to be a time oriented. So this is the T in the SMART goal. Time oriented goals are super important because they give you a timeline of when you want to achieve that goal. So a good example of this is, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 2 months. The 2 months aspect of it is your time orientation. So the really cool thing about having a time oriented goal is that it helps you give an overall time frame, not just to see if you got to that goal, but gives you a timeline to readjust your goal. And I think this is a super important thing to mention about goal setting. You're going to have to readjust your goal for yourself all the time. Maybe you'll lose 5 pounds when you're trying to shoot for 30, and you'll realize that, oh my gosh, it is so hard for me to lose 5 pounds in a couple months. So for then at that time, you reach the end of that 2 months and you are going to say, maybe I'll kind of lower it a little bit. Maybe I'll just shoot for losing 10 pounds in the next 2 months instead of losing 30 pounds in the next 2 months. Having a time orientation for your goal really, really allows you to kind of adjust overall progress. But at the same time too, we can also use the measurable aspect of the goal too. So having it measurable, with the pounds, right? We reached the end of that 2 months. We only lost 5 pounds. We might need to change the different way we measure it too. So as we've kind of noticed with this SMART goal thing, they all kind of bleed together a little bit. But making sure you have at least most of these aspects of the SMART goal will help to make the best goal for yourself. So kind of the end of this, I just wanted to give an example of maybe a good SMART goal and give you some thoughts moving forward that will help you to hopefully create a good goal for yourself. So one of the goals I have created is about doing push-ups. We're going to say there's an individual who wants to get a stronger upper body and they want to be able to do more push-ups, right? So a goal for them, an outcome goal, a long-term goal would be, I want to do 20 push-ups, right? And doing 20 push-ups for them right now is impossible. They're not able to do that. So we need to think to ourselves, what is some things that this person can do every day, a small behavior that will help them to reach that goal? For me, the goal that I wrote down is I will practice 10 push-ups every day for 1 month. And we noticed that a lot of different aspects of that goal. The goal is very specific. It tells exactly what I'm going to do, right? I will do 10 push-ups every single day. That's the specific part of it. It's measurable because we have that number in it, right? 10 push-ups. If you don't do 10 push-ups, you know you didn't complete that goal for the day. It's attainable. Maybe they can't do 20 push-ups right now, but for me, I can do 10 push-ups right now. So it's very attainable, something we can do every day. Is this goal relevant? Does it mean something to me? I'm somebody or the individual we're talking about, they want to do those push-ups for themselves. It really, really means a lot to be able to do more push-ups. So of course, it's a relevant goal. It offers them some motivation for their life and just their fitness in general. And then the last thing, it's time oriented. We mentioned we want to complete this in 1 month, or I will do 10 push-ups every day for 1 month. That 1 month is the time aspect. If we get towards the end of that month and we've been doing 10 push-ups every day for a month and it's still hard to do 20 push-ups, well, we realize that maybe that goal of getting 20 push-ups wasn't fully attainable for ourselves. And that's okay. That's going to happen with your goals. Sometimes you're going to overshoot. It's totally part of the process, but learning from that and kind of making some adjustments is what's going to be super, super important about it. Anyone else have any examples of kind of how they could make a SMART goal for themselves? We talked about doing the weight loss a little bit. Do we have any ideas of how we can make that weight loss goal a little bit smarter, if you will, or add some parts to make it a little bit more easy to follow?
Eating a balanced meal.
Yeah.
Eating a balanced meal, not putting junk food in your house. So like I said, I stopped buying junk food for our apartment. I stopped buying sweets. I stopped, buying, junk basically, and started making healthier meal and food options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drinking more water.
More water. So again, all of these are things, and they're in the main goal for you is you wanting to lose 30 pounds, right? So for you, a SMART goal might be, I will drink 1 bottle of water with every meal for the next month to help me lose 30 pounds, right? So we're kind of encompassing the whole situation. You're encompassing the behavior you want to do every single day that will help you reach that long-term goal of losing weight.
I'm not. I think the only other reason I'm not losing weight as fast is because I'm on a lot of medicine that has to do with my asthma and steroids and stuff, and steroids cause you to gain weight.
Sure. And unfortunately, that is something a lot of people I talk to and work with, they do have a lot of medication that affects either in the metabolism, maybe their appetite control. But even so, there's still plenty that you can do, regardless if you're taking medication that can still help you. And you're making some really good steps. So keep it up. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, go for it.
So I am actually currently in school for dietitian. My goal is one of the things in my class that we have to do for this semester is to become an ability person. So like I set out my mentor goals of, okay, here's how much I want to lose.
Hey, Michaela, you're breaking up a little bit. Do you have a different mic you could try? Yeah, we can't really hear you very well.
All right, let me see if I can switch it. Just a second. I'm not sure.
That sounds better.
Yeah,
That sounds
whatever you did sounds good.
Yes. All right. So, and the goal with that is we have to try our meals. So that's why the meal prep came into place. And each week, about 3 weeks, I check in with my mentor to see where I'm at with weight loss goal. And I write everything down. So I keep track of all my weights and everything I do. And I find that that actually has been super helpful because I see everything I'm putting in my body and I'm tracking my weight as I go and adding different exercises and things that I can do.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned kind of the measurable aspect of setting a smart goal or a good goal, right? You having
Yep.
that little kind of the measures, the week to week, whether it's your weight or the meals you're hitting and maybe the nutrients in it. That's a way for you that makes it a little more motivating because you can see like, oh, I've done all these little things. And although it seems maybe trivial day to day, after a month, 2 months, you can see kind of how, you know, that would work long term. So yeah, really good examples. Thank you very much. Perfect. All right. Yeah, so kind of to round this out before you guys can ask any more questions. Again, start small with your goals. You know, they don't need to be something super crazy and that's going to change every aspect of your life. You don't need to restrict yourself completely on your favorite sweets. You don't need to go from not running any miles or doing any workouts at all to then training for a marathon. Starting very, very small with your goals and then slowly building up once you get confidence and kind of know where to start is the name of the game. This is something that will change day to day. It'll change based off of what you're interested at the time. And it's going to change just throughout your life. Maybe today you want to lose some weight. Maybe in 10 years, you don't care so much about weight loss, but you more care about making strong, healthy connections with your friends around you. So you kind of shift from a physical health to more of a mental health aspect. Maybe today you're really focused on losing weight, but in a year or two, maybe you're going to be focused more on lifting more weight and being stronger in the gym. So your goals are never ever and shouldn't always be the same. You should always change them to whatever is fulfilling and meaningful for your life at that time. So again, small changes, focus on the day-to-day behaviors. They'll help you achieve anything you want in life. So do we have any other questions on goal setting, making some goals for yourselves? Just any other ideas? No? Are we sure? It's going to be done when we're done here. So this will be your last chance. I'm going to put my this is my website. Has some of my contact information on it. You can also go on there. I have some inclusive workout videos that I post on my website. I have my social media. I post a lot of fun stuff on there too, so you can read and learn more about me. But if you have any other questions after this, feel free to reach out to Kelly. She can relay any questions to me. Otherwise, you can find me on my website and go add me on my social media. I post a lot of good information on there too. But yeah, this will be it if there's no other questions. Anything else? No? Okay. Oh, we got one.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you for participating. I appreciate it.
So
You have
saying that start something small, not very big, right?
Yeah, start small. Something
Okay.
that start very small. So when we're done on the webinar here, think about a goal that you want for yourself. You mentioned losing 5 pounds by summer, right? So think about a couple small things that you can do in your day-to-day life that will help you to lose weight. For you, you already mentioned one, biking. If you can bike every single day for 20 to 30 minutes, that's a great option. Maybe another thing, we can focus on diet. Maybe we can try to eat a little bit less dessert in our days. So instead of having a big dessert every single day, maybe you can cut that dessert in half. So have half a dessert instead of a full dessert. Just very, very small things. Doesn't need to be crazy. Absolutely. Does that answer your question? Is that a good
Yes.
Sweet. Yeah.
And
Something
like
small. Doesn't
our goal, so I'm going to USA Games in Orlando, and one of our goals is to make sure that each day we're tracking our steps and we're tracking like fruits and vegetables, how much water we drink every day. And so that's been one of our huge goals in order to work with the team with going to USA Games.
Yeah. So great. You're giving me so many good examples. I love it. So what you mentioned is that a process goal or an outcome goal? The one that you're doing every day?
Process goal.
Process goal. Perfect. So you're tracking your steps every single day. You're
Yep.
tracking your food intake every single day. That's a behavior that you are doing to then get to your outcome goal, which is doing well at USA Games, right?
Games.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect example. Perfect example. Yep. Absolutely. That's exactly. Yeah. Perfect. Any other ideas? Any thoughts? Good luck. Good luck at the USA Games. I'm
Thank you.
going to volunteer, I think, for Iowa, so I might catch you guys there.
Are you a Hawkeye fan?
Maybe.
Get off.
I graduated from there. I'm required to. I'm obligated to. My degree's from Iowa, so I would get they probably take
What
it away.
sport are you doing at the USA Games? Bowling?
Yep.
Cool.
Ooh. I didn't even know they had bowling. So for the USA Games, do they do both, like indoor and, I guess bowling would be a kind of a summer game. Yeah, yeah. Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. I bowled in high school. That was one of my high school sports, so I can appreciate a good bowler.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other ideas? Goal setting? Anything just about health and wellness? No? All
Nope.
right.
I know I'm the like athlete leader with the health and wellness for USA Games, so I'm sure I could take some of these tips, and Kelly could probably say yes. I could use some of these tips and post them on the Facebook page for USA Games.
Yep, I think that's a great idea. Share what you learned tonight, and
I wrote everything down.
awesome. Yep. Tell your teammates.
You're
Share
an
that
A+
information.
student. I need more people like you. For sure. Did you write down my website on there? You can find
Yeah,
my
I did.
contact information if you want to ask me any more questions too.
Okay.
Sounds
And
good.
I'll probably send you guys an email tomorrow, and I can put his website in that email as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have another one Friday or the next Friday, Kelly?
This Friday, I think we're gonna do a webinar on Fit Feet, another one of our healthy athlete programs. So, yep, that's gonna be at noon on Friday.
Okay.
Ooh, I work.
That's all right. We record them, so I can always send them to you guys afterwards. But those
Okay.
are just
Yes,
kind
please.
of,
Yes, please, Kelly. Yes, please.
yeah, they're just more information for you guys we take what we go over in healthy athletes. So if you go to, an event and you go through healthy athletes, you'll learn a lot of different tips and, things to make sure you're overall healthy. So we just share some of those on a webinar since we haven't been able to do a lot of those events lately.
Hey, Kelly.
Yes.
Friday, I have a telehealth at 12:30.
That's all right. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I might have to take my mom to the doctor's.
yep, not a problem.
She
There's
has an
no,
appointment.
you guys- Yep, you don't have to join them. We'll share information afterwards. And again,
Okay.
it's just more for your information, and some more tips on how to be healthy.
Hey, Leslie, I have the same sweatshirt. My teammate Christina Daniele got it from me.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions for Logan, we can thank him for joining us tonight and sharing his expertise with all of us. We really appreciate it and look forward to doing webinars like these. So thank you
Yeah.
again, Logan.
Thank you.
Logan.
Kelly, could you stay on for just a sec, just so we can talk? Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm sure
you.
hopefully we'll do
Bye.
some. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I'm out of it, and no man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away.